SMEs make a very important contribution to the economies of Southeast Asia from a number of perspectives. In terms of business numbers, they're very important. Usually 99% plus of all enterprises in these countries are what we describe as SMEs. Although within the SME category, we have to remember there are subcomponents such as micro, small and medium, and that's very important to remember. We can also look at them in terms of their contribution to employment, which tends to be very important. If you look at the economies of Southeast Asia, it varies between 60 and 70%, the contribution to total employment. And anecdotal evidence would suggest about 70% of net employment generation is coming from SMEs within the region.
The GCC countries, on average, are highly dependent on oil revenues. If we look at the state revenues, what we actually find is that 83% of state revenue is oil-based. So this actually opens the GCC economies to fluctuating oil prices. But what is actually important about SMEs is that allows them to diversify their economies into new and innovative areas. Because SMEs by nature are innovative, they go into areas that are export intensive, and therefore it allows these countries to diversify not only the industrial base and the economic base, but also the export base.
First, probably it is the poor managerial knowledges of the entrepreneurs. The second is the bad quality of assets. The third one is very important, the lack of the incentives to be efficient.
Firms engaging in international trade will learn by doing, they will learn by exporting and importing. Second, they will access to better information about markets. They will maybe use better products as inputs. All this will lead to an upgrade in their quality of their products produced at the end.
The first opportunity is to enlarge their market share in the whole economy because of the faster changing nature of the e-commerce. SMEs are more adaptive to the market change. Because of the market shares may be higher than the past, so which means that the SMEs will probably have more opportunities to become larger enterprises than in the past.
Clusters are, the formal definition is spatial and sectoral agglomerations. So in other words, they're a group of firms in a particular location that is operating in a given sector. In a couple of ways, they are potentially helpful. And the potential is that they may make production more efficient because they don't have to spend time going out looking for workers, they don't have to spend time going out looking for supplies, and so they can concentrate on producing and selling.
Knowledge and learning is carried out through the interaction of firms and is carried out collectively. So clusters can help the collective creation of knowledge and learning and innovation. So working with groups of firms, working with clusters and value chains has the advantage of benefiting other firms that are not necessarily part of the cluster and thereby generating externalities and spillovers.
Usually for internationalization to really take hold, there need to be some kinds of support institutions that are helping, maybe providing training, maybe providing information, maybe connecting people with foreign buyers, letting them know what opportunities are out there. And so if those kinds of supports aren't there, often the clusters will stay very local with just a few extremely enterprising firms moving out.